Well, I guess you don't need a calculator to figure out that we left 14 points out there. All right, now with all due respect to, I mean, clearly that's how we say it. With all due respect to the Virginia Tech defense, I think they can clearly say to themselves they saved 14 points. You know, if it was us, I'd say the same thing. So, you know, I think I like defense. I appreciate what defensive coaches have to do. So the head coach of Virginia says we left 14 points out there. I'd say that the defense of Virginia Tech took 14 points away from us.
In the second half, your scoring drive was on a short field. They had a couple of shorter scoring drives as well. How important was field position in the second half?
Field position is always important. Field position was one of the issues that we thought was going to decide the game. It was a big factor on most of the scoring in the game today, which that's no profound statement. That just confirms what coaches have been saying for 75 years.
They had a couple of big plays in the passing game with Randall to Hyman. What materialized on those plays?
Well, I think I said during the course of the week that, and I thought it was very apparent today, that the two players in this conference who have meant the most to their teams throughout the course of the year were Alvin Pierman for us and Brian Randall for Virginia Tech. Clearly, both of those guys lived up to that today. Thought Alvin was magnificent for us, as he has been all year. I thought Brian Randall played a spectacular game and was, in the long run, the difference in the game.
Coach, a couple final thoughts. Virginia Tech's defensive line, especially in the second half, seemed to get a little bit more penetration. How active were they, and how were they able to get inside some of those gaps?
Well, you know, that's kind of a coaching question there, Jed. I didn't know you were making coaching decisions here. No, I thought really we did fine with the running game throughout the game, but we really obviously we couldn't muster enough up in the passing game to balance it out. We got enough yardage running the ball to have a successful day. We didn't get enough yardage passing the ball to score enough points, and yet in the long run it was two running plays that really, the one where we fumbled down there and the one where we didn't get in on the first down play. The other time it was two running plays. For all the good the running game was for us, it was two running plays that really kind of let us down.
Coach, a final question. It was your regular season finale. The season is not over. A bowl is ahead of you, but just your reflections on this particular team, what they've accomplished this year and what lies ahead.
You know, I'm really just thinking about this game here. You know, we weren't thinking about the future coming down here. We were just trying to figure out a way how we could win coming down here. You know, that's why you have team banquets. You know, have those reflections and give out those kudos. This was all about this game today, and but I can tell you that we're looking forward to playing another game. We're looking forward to doing the things necessary to improve our team and make it better than it was today. And we're looking forward to winning whoever and wherever we play.
Coach, thanks for your time, guys.
Coach, in the second half, Virginia Tech was able to mix up the run and the pass, keep your defense on their toes. Can you talk a little bit about that?
It really wasn't a mix-up run and pass. It was, you know, what got the points was clearly the passing plays. And they were obviously very harmful to us. And the running plays that were really, I thought, of significant to us were not hard ball running plays initially, but again it came back to Brian Randall. A big play in the game is when it was 1st and 20 down there deep in their territory, and to his credit and regrettably for us, we were really playing for the play, and he gained 12 yards on the play and made it 2nd and 8. And you know, from there they were able to convert and eventually went on and scored a touchdown. So most people won't see that as being one of the turning point plays in the game, but I do. It's 1st and 20 deep in their territory. You know, we spin the wheel and we come up with the play that we thought they were going to run. And he obviously ran the play better than we could defense it, and it turned into put him in position to make the first down, and from then on eventually play. But that drive could have been stopped very early if we'd have played better. But again, that's why I think he's the outstanding player in the conference this year.
There'll be a lot of focus on the plays in the red zone that you didn't make. But did you feel with such a big return on the opening kickoff that was another opportunity that you left out there?
No, I don't see it that way. It's another ball possession, And you know, we would have liked to have done better with it, but hey, that's the way the whole half was. It was 0-0. You know, in a tough defensive game. And would we have liked to have done better? Sure. If we'd have done better with it, it would have helped. But I didn't see that as an overwhelmingly weighty issue in the game.
What did you think at halftime? What was your mood?
Good. Good. You know, we had pretty good command of both sides of the line of scrimmage. If you can judge that on rushing yardage and rushing yardage denied, I thought we had good control of the line of scrimmage, and we're in a position to think that we could do some of the things to move on with the game. Obviously, we didn't do that.
Now, what happened on 2 long touchdown passes Virginia Tech?
Pretty obvious. The guy got deeper than our guy, and he threw it over our head.
Was that first one a play the safety was supposed to have some help?
The guy's got deeper than us. He threw it over our head. You know.
You've said that Marcus is 5'10", he's been 5'10", you can't do anything about that, but as the season's gone on, are any of his struggles in the passing game tied to the fact that he cannot see the field as well as a taller quarterback can?
Well, as I said, I don't want to be redundant with the answer, but obviously, I mean, you've answered your own question, Jeff. He can't see the field as well as a tall quarterback, but, you know, the 6'2" quarterback can't see the field as well as the 6'7" quarterback can. I mean, that's just, you know, that's like saying, can a 6'10" guy dunk better than a 6'2" guy? Clearly he can, but that doesn't mean he can't see the field well enough. Okay? We had some things that we had a chance on. I thought if we had taken a shot on them, we had some guys there early up the field, and for whatever reason, we didn't take a shot on him, and you know, we didn't get any yardage on him. But hey, you know, he is who he is. You know, and last week, the things he was able to do, the height that he was at, looked pretty magical. Hey, there's a player who played down here who is a tremendous player who's not significantly taller, and he's doing pretty well in Atlanta on Sundays. So. You know, we talk oftentimes about, you know, whatever it might be that we don't want to make excuses for anything. I think after a while we can wear that issue out until it sounds like an excuse.
Defensive play in the first half and the second half.
Oh, I think the big difference was, you know, clearly the first drive, the 3-point drive was highlighted by the personal fouls, which is not something we're very happy about. The 2 penalties, the personal foul and the penalty, and then rush lanes. That's what that drive was about. Okay, that's what those 3 points were about. The second 3 points was a one play drive. So there was a big difference in the quality of the play because we made 3 bad plays there. Okay, we made a bad play on the coverage on the pass over our head. We made a bad play on the pass interference. We made a bad play on the personal foul penalty. But those things being said, there wasn't a great deal of difference in how we played, and yet there was a 10-point difference. Okay.
You the last touchdown, you just 37-yard run. I think you indicated that you kind of separated that from the other plays. Yet you're still in the game prior to that. What happened on that?
Well, we were trying to do some things there that we wouldn't maybe do in the first quarter, but you know, the score is 17-10. There's not much time left in the game. Is that what it was, 17-10?
Right.
Okay, there's not much time left in the game. We clearly have to try to get them out of field goal range, or else it becomes a two-score game. And that's not to say that we don't expect that play would have been played better than it was, but you know, that doesn't. I'm not in any way saying I'm very happy about it, Jeff. Doug, actually, I'm quite unhappy about it. You know how it was played, but we probably would have, under a different game situation, probably would have played it a little bit differently.
What happened on the exchange between Pagans and Wale? Did you see anything?
Just looked like an exchange that occurs hundreds of times. It's the same play that was run the most in the game today. It's a play that occurs hundreds of times. It just wasn't made cleanly. You know, to what percentage it was on each play, but in that particular circumstance, Jeff, it's the quarterback's responsibility to see that the back gets the ball, and it's the back's responsibility to see that he gets the, to see that he takes the ball.
So how impressed were you with the speed of the Virginia Tech defense to kind of contain Marcus and make him make quick decisions?
I thought they played whatever it was, speed, whatever it might be. I thought they played a very, very good game. They did whatever they had to do. I mean, for us to get 10 points, that's an excellent job on their part.
Coach Spearman, I think over 1,000 yards in one game. He lined up a receiver. Just comment on him and just what he was able to do against the first-rated rush defense.
I mean, that, he just showed today why over 4 years I think he's earned a place in my heart forever, and I'm sure in that of his teammates and anybody who's got a following of Virginia football. That any kid, whether he's playing Pop Warner ball or high school football or playing on the Virginia football team, they're trying to model themselves and make them a real football player. I mean, not just an ordinary guy, but a real football player. What a tremendous model he is, in everything that he does. And we're very appreciative of having had him. Okay, obviously, we'll miss him greatly, but we're looking forward to having him for another month.
You feel like, I know you were happy with Chris Gould's performance down in Atlanta. Do you feel you found your part? If you had any questions, were they answered today?
No, I wouldn't say that we are finished with that deal yet. We'll have to evaluate it, give it some thought, see what our other options are. But Chris did a nice job for us today.